live and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D Real coming at you with another Be Real with D Real, where edutainment is what I do. Now, well, yeah. I'll wear this to say a win's a win. And congratulations to my KC Chiefs who clinched the AFC West yesterday. Woo! Anyway, that's not what I want to talk about. Even though it is culturally significant, I would like to talk about something else that is culturally significant. But before I do, I need y'all to do what y'all always do for your mans. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the Be Real with D Real page so that when new material comes out, you gets it. If you're digging what a brother shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket, comment, like, subscribe, and share the page. Share the page. Share the page. That is truly how we grow. Share, and share alike. Now, on to the cultural significance. Okay, this comes to us about 5 days ago, courtesy of one Ryan Leston at IGN Africa. And it says, Iron Man becomes the first MCU film inducted into National Film Registry. It's official. Iron Man is the first MCU movie to be inducted. I'm going to make that big so y'all can read it. It's official. Iron Man is the first MCU movie to be inducted into the National Film Registry. Added alongside Carrie, The Little Mermaid, and When Harry Met Sally, the first ever entry into the Marvel Cinematic Universe is among this year's titles for recognition by the National Film Registry. All our favorite movies are the ones that we watch over and over again and that we grow up with, said Marvel boss Kevin Feige. The notion that here we are almost 15 years after the release of Iron Man, and to have it join the film registry tells us it has stood the test of time and it is still meaningful to audiences around the world. Iron Man debuted all the way back in 2008 and effectively launched the MCU. Iron Man was the very first film Marvel Studios independently produced, added Feige. It was the first film that we had all the creative control and oversight on, and it was really make or break for the studio. Starring Robert Downey Jr. as the now iconic Tony Stark, Iron Man laid the foundation for the Marvel movies that came after, with the Incredible Hulk following soon after. But it was Iron Man that audiences went wild for, with the film scoring an impressive haul of $585.7 million and securing his place in pop culture history. IGN's Iron Man review gave it 8 out of 10 and said Iron Man is a very good movie, which means that all the next one needs to do in order to be truly great is to grow up a little bit. In other words, to borrow a page from Tony Stark's blueprints, perhaps. Downey, Favreau, and company seem to have crafted a working version of the superhero movie they wanted to see. The movie they wanted to see again. But what audiences will really be excited to see is how much they improve and refine it the next time around. Films have become absolutely central to American culture by helping tell our national story for more than 125 years, said Librarian of Congress Carla Hayden. We are proud to add 25 more films by a group of vibrant and diverse filmmakers to the National Film Registry as we preserve our cinematic heritage. We're grateful to the entire film community for collaborating with the Library of Congress to ensure these films are preserved for the future. Alongside Iron Man, the following films were also inducted, excuse me. I'm not going to read all of them, but I will tell you the ones that jump out at me. The 1976 version of Carrie, the 1988 version of Hairspray, the 1989 version of The Little Mermaid, Harry Met Sally, as well as Cab Calloway's home movies, and Superfly in 1972, and House Party in 1990. Okay, bottom line, what does this mean for superhero movies in general? Well, The Dark Knight is already in there as being culturally significant. Okay, I can understand why Iron Man would be culturally significant because it kicked off the process in the MCU that still perseveres to this day, interconnected storylines and overlapping characters in one another's movies. Also, these great big showcases like Avengers, Age of Ultron, Infinity War, Endgame. You know, we have to have these big epic movies. First, let me say congratulations to Jon Favreau and company for putting together a project that was National Film Registry worthy. I am sad to say that neither Jon Favreau or Robert Downey Jr. are currently working in any capacity with the MCU. So, will we continue to see the level of excellence that we saw in Iron Man? Don't know. But since we know cats like me are big on representation, I would like to see something that represents me be put in there. I mean, that sounds like a selfish request, but I mean, not to say that there aren't any culturally significant African American movies in the National Film Registry, but I know House Party and Superfly are two who are potential inductees. They should be in there. You know what I mean? I understand the cultural significance of Superfly. I definitely understand the cultural significance of House Party. They were part of a movement in their respective eras. They both kind of depict a realistic picture of life, if that could be said. But we're not talking about them. I'm actually talking, you know what I'm talking about. You know, everywhere I go, it got to be Black Panther, Black Panther, Black Panther, Black Panther. Now, I believe Black Panther is culturally significant too. And y'all couldn't have had two Marvel movies be inducted. I mean, because arguably, other than Iron Man being the inaugural movie, shouldn't Black Panther be in there too? It's your high point financially. So that might not be culturally significant to anybody else but Disney. But the fact that Disney, one of the most, I'm going to go ahead and say it, non-inclusive companies that there is when it comes to cultures, it seems like in the past decade, they've been playing catch up. My whole thing is, if you want to include Latinos, if you wanted to include Blacks, if you wanted to include everybody else that you haven't been including for the past 100 years, why didn't y'all start soon? Why did someone have to tell you that you are not culturally diverse for you to start trying to be culturally diverse? But anywho, I feel like Black Panther should be. It is definitely the first sci-fi movie with a predominantly black cast. I challenge you to find another sci-fi movie with a predominantly black cast like Black Panther was. I think the only two people in Black Panther that weren't black were Martin Freeman and Andy Serkis. So, yeah, if you can find me a sci-fi movie that's more predominantly black than Black Panther, then that's a feather in your cap. But my point being, I hope that culturally significant movies, Black Panther, continue to get into the National Film Registry. Again, I can't say anything about Iron Man going into the National Film Registry without talking about other culturally significant films. Black Panther, culturally significant film. I can think of a few others, but I want to go ahead and give Iron Man its flowers because, I mean, like everybody else, I was thrilled to pieces to see Tony Stark on screen and somewhat accurately depicted. At least plot line, so to speak. I mean, they went off the rails after he got back from overseas, but you get the point. You get the point. Iron Man is Iron Man, so Iron Man got to do what Iron Man got to do. Again, congratulations to the movie Iron Man and everybody involved with it for being inducted into the National Film Registry. See, I don't hate, I congratulate. And that's it for me today, or at least for this video. But fear not, I will be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Good to each other.